Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hello,
cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Onana finds himself in the starting lineup. Jim, what would you say are his most notable qualities?
Well, I think he's going to solidify this defence, Peter. I wouldn't be surprised to see him set up a counter-attack or two as well. Having someone like him in midfield is crucial if you want to stop the other team building up a head of steam. This guy has got the lot.
Well, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So, effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team.
So it's down to business here. Truffert going full to... He's having a shot! That's a half-decent try. Ribery.
Decent attempt, that, just a little mistimed.
Semenyo. Raul goes steaming forward. Ribery has it out wide and in space. Ribery crosses it in. He's got away with one there.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Up he goes!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Crossed in early. Big header! Oh, off the bar! And that has been knocked clear. Fiore. That is Kunde. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Milan definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Great defending, strong and determined. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Still goalless. Scott opts for safety. Jimenez. And Scott. Now it's Kluivert. Oh, good spread. Now this could be a chance. Shoots! And he's really put himself on the line here. Kluivert plays it short. Chance to deliver. Looking for options for movement. In once more.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
Brooks. And it's Kluivert. And it's Scott. Now it's Semenyo. Pings it across. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. There's the header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. And he's forced to go back. Jimenez. Distributed tidily. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Scott. Pinches it off him. Onana. That's Cannavaro. Oh, good-looking ball. Out to the left it goes. Onana. Raul. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. And it's Kluivert. It's a really well-measured ball. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. Onana. Raul. And here's Ribéry. Oh, what has happened here? Scott. Brooks. Can he spark a counter here? The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Rooney. Milan finding their passes.
There will be
played into the... header! Jimenez is there to clear. Could move up a gear here. There's the whistle for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Please welcome everyone, our lads.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Senesi. Kluivert looks to get on the end of this. And it's Kluivert. Brooks. Well, that looks a decent ball. Yeah, can see things, others simply cannot. So what can they make of this? Fiore. Not the most accurate pass. Semenyo for Kluivert. And it's Jimenez. And Scott. Semenyo. Vieira shows great strength. Now it's Evan Nielsen. And that is out of play. Aimed beyond the defence. Plays it across. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. The ball goes in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Raul. And it's Van Nistelrooy. That ball looks a good one. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. Gives it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
And he's straight offside. Fiore. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Played down the flank. The less said about that pass, the better. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, I think his job here, Peter, is going to be to reinvigorate that attack. Just change the rhythm up front.
Number 9, Ivan Nielsen. Coming on to replace him is number 26, Onana.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Semenyo really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Senesi. Kluivert. And it's Tavernier. Spread it left. Unal. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Tries to get it clear. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Kluivert. That's tidy. And he's gone backward here. Semenyo!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So there's going to be another change here.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Substitution on the field. Number 7 coming on the field is number 10.
Kluivert. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Goes for a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Substitution on the field. Number 19, Justin Kluivert. Coming on to replace him is number 21.
Here's the header!
Adley.
And that's caused a worry or two.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Senesi. Scott. Tavernier. Scott. Passing is crisp and sharp. Senesi. To Adley. Tavernier. And it's Truffert. Now it's Christie. Fires it in low. Backward it goes. Tries to dink it through. Here comes... Oh, what a climb! Really well taken goal. And that could well be the winner.
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
After 82 minutes...
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Bournemouth have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now. Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Truffert. Knocks it out wide.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Now it's Christie. And it's played in. Vieira.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Now Fiore. And it's Vieira. Now he's got space here. Spread neatly. Now it's Raul. Fiore. And he's... Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Substitution.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Point-blank header! And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, they were posed with problems in wide areas and they couldn't find a solution to those wide defensive positions. Shocking,
Please be
really.
made aware that smoking is only permitted in
So
designated
just time for me
areas
to say
within
thanks
these
to Jim
grounds.
for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I really like the look of this guy, Federico Di Marco. He reminds me all the time of a frustrated winger. That position didn't quite work out for him. And now, as a fullback, he can't resist any opportunity to get forward and assist with what's going on up front. He really does add an extra dimension to this attack.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. So off we go then. Two tribes going toe-to-toe. Now it's Zielinski. Played in early. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Tacho is there and he can get that clear. Van Nistelrooy absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise.
Big chance! Cleared without complication. The ball's swung in, and he's taking no chances there. Played into space, chips it through. Martinez gets into a good position. Played into the box. Zanetti is there and he can get that clear. Luis Enrique. Big header! Goal! Inter! First blood drawn. He watched it all the way and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
Luis Enrique receives it in a wide position. Zielinski. Played through into space. Played back in. Raul. It's a good run down the left-hand side. He has found the way through. Nicely weighted ball, and he's picked it up out wide. Oh, that's fabulous. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's found a way through. And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. DiMarco. Referee's given a throw. And it's Zielinski. Milan are trailing against the run of play. And the shot! Oh, well played. Exemplary, that. And that was very necessary. And he's there to clear it. Lookman. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And here's Mbappe. Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, that is commitment to the cause. Tries to get it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Mbappe.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Thuram. Played back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
That has been slung wide. Very nearly half an hour gone here.
Inter really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Barella. Zielinski. Lookman. Now, can they get him away? Look at the space here. Real chance! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Raul was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
That has ended up in no man's land. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Pass somewhat off target. Bisek. And Akanji. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Bisek. Now Martinez. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Barella. That's a lovely, neat pass. Zanetti. Pacho. And it's Amadou Onana. Antonetti. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Now it's Thuram. Zielinski. Great chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Now there's a fine ball. There's the whistle for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. Inter Milan kick off the second half. DiMarco picks it up out wide. DiMarco. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Çalhanoğlu with the short one. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Raul, very much a man of this moment. Throw in. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe! And this is Van Nistelrooy. That's going to go a long way. Pacho. Luis Enrique. Çalhanoğlu. Zielinski. Now it's Thuram. Played out to the left flank. DiMarco providing an outlet on that flank. Cleared without hesitation. Some good work on the right flank here. And it's Çalhanoğlu.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Distributed tidily. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Onana. Spread it left.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Brilliantly cut out. Bastoni. And it's DiMarco. And he's being shifted off it. And that is as far as they're going to go. Now it's Raul. And it's hoisted clear. Zielinski. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
More and more pressure on the ball here. Barella. Thuram, given the lift of his goal. Now it's Martinez. That's a sharp pass. Lookman. And the break is on. Good running, strong and purposeful. Lookman! Lookman! A chorus of approval here. It's really good play. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Oh, what a clap! Oh, it's hit the post! Bastoni gets rid without sophistication. Deep cross. He rises! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Onana. Raul. Looking for options for movement. Lookman! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 14.
Milan choosing to make the first change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
It's a promising position. Bratesi tries a cross. Played with speed from back to front.
Inter clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
But there's going to be another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Now he's got space here. Can he get onto this? Akanji. Milan have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Ribery. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Pass is just off target.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Milan making consecutive changes here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
And here's Ribery. And it's Nakamura. He's shifting through the gears here. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Barella, it's a good ball out wide.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Dumfries. This is terrific header. Decent enough try.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Just eases him off the ball. Çalhanoğlu. Now it's Dumfries. Looking for the run. And that will be it. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, that really did fly by. It's one of these games where everything progresses at 100 miles per hour, and at the end of it, this is what you can sometimes get. There may have been no winner, but still a tremendous watch.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Contatti subito il più vicino membro dello staff.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
And this is now today's lineup.
It is our understanding that they've gone with a 4-5-1.
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launch pad to very quick counter-attacks. if you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch too.
Well, we're on the way. Well, this is one boy from Croxteth who, so far as club football goes, has achieved just about everything. English football has rested on his broad shoulders for nigh on 2 decades. It is, of course, the modern great that is Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, and without question, one of England's all-time finest. His record speaks for itself.
And his face is that of a man who simply cannot accept defeat. During games, he is always laser-focused, and he fights tooth and nail for every win. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Nakamura. Here's Vieira. Nice-looking ball. No luck with that dink over the top. And it's Rooney. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. And there's the shot! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Ribéry has it out wide and in space. Defending of the desperate variety. Hill. Jimenez. Now Semenyo. Jimenez. And it's Kluivert. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. For Kluivert. Looking for a runner. No, he's just misjudged that one. Nakamura. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Vieira.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's got away. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Semenyo in acres of space out wide. Keeper's dealt with that. Throw in. Nice control. He's being urged to shoot. Kluivert showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Tavernier. Knocks it out wide. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Vieira. And here's Shevchenko.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Park Ji-sung is the team's great visionary. Defending here is really tight. And it's Rooney. Rooney! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Rooney clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Shevchenko! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Park Ji-sung opts for safety. Rooney played out towards the right wing. It's a promising position. Now the... Oh, smashing header! Goal, Milan! It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
For Milan, after 36 minutes, is number 20, Andrei Shevchenko.
Milan have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Not the most accurate pass. And it's Ribéry. Diverts.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack. Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Rooney. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, played through for the wide man. It's Park Ji-sung. Fiore. It's a searching pass. Now, the less said about that pass, the better. Into the channel, Ribéry. Now he's got space here. Chance, surely! He's got a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So that's two now without
There will
reply.
be 1 minute
Well,
at
with
a
this
time.
kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off? Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And it's half-time here. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue
And a quick
even
reminder
further.
today,
I'd always
everybody,
be
to
inclined
make
to
sure
go
to put
for
any litter
the
in
latter,
the bins
go for a
provided.
third,
Thank you for your
especially with a full
cooperation.
half of football still to play.
Milan go in at half-time on a
And
comfortable
please
two-goal
welcome us to
cushion.
the field.
Here we go again. Ribéry plays a sharp little ball here. He has found the way through. Can he finish? And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
he has kept it out somehow.
Fiore is offering a wry smile there.
That's a sharp pass. Time and again. It's Rooney! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Rooney with the short one. And it's going to be another corner. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, this looks sharp. Brooks. That's a cute ball. Well read, and the danger is averted.
Semenyo really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And this is Shevchenko. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Scott. Knocks it into space. Evan Nielsen is onto this. Ribery.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Shevchenko under intense pressure.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made the decision to get tighter.
Jimenez did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Vieira ploughing through the middle.
The attendance for this
Hits a goal
match
kick.
is 28,599.
Rooney. Oh, there's a probing ball. Has a look and place it forward. Quality ball. Now there's a fine ball. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And here's Ribery. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Ribery. Climbs up big against the crossbar. Decent enough try.
Shevchenko could easily have kept that down. He shouldn't have brought the crossbar into play.
Substitution on the field. Number 19.
Bournemouth choosing to make the first change.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Koundé. Vieira. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Evan Nielsen. Bournemouth have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. Now, who's going to be first to this? Milan are looking to go forward now. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Nakamura, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And he's heaved it away. And they've got a throw. Couple of changes then in quick succession. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Number 7, coming on the field, number 26.
And it's Vieira.
Uno.
Oh, he's found support out wide. And yet another chance goes to waste.
Milan really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And now they can spring out of defence. Gabriel. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Nicely shaped ball. That's a decent clearance. And they're back on the ball again. And that's gone loose. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Tries to play it through. There's the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Deftly out wide. Ribery is hiring after that one. Semenyo. Vieira demonstrating his defensive quality there. Nicely aimed pass. Fiore. It's Park Ji-suk. And it's Rooney. Rooney! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
They've played it short. Bournemouth have the chance to go the other way. Shevchenko. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Jimenez. That's a good ball out wide.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Ribery. And the counter is on. Shevchenko. And it's Nakamura. Clipped into space. Big chance! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, he takes home the match ball. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Time for a change in personnel.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Milan find a position of real strength now. Tavernier. And that will be the final act. This is a side which is purring, picture perfect to win. They will relish having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. Shevchenko gleefully reminding us of what a superb day he's had at the office. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
One of our fan club members.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.